Now, all these people are watching on Zoom and they're going, why is Dan dressed as a cowboy? He was so normal till he got to 30K. And they're going, you've changed. So last time I came up here, I was a raver, a 50-year-old embarrassing raver. So I thought I'd give the cowboy thing a go. So, how's your weekend been? Oh, wonderful. That's good. Good feedback. So, I get to spend the next 20 minutes or so with you guys, digesting the weekend. And I'm just so proud of each and every one of you here, because we came down to Thursday, which was a blessing. We got the kids looked after. Anne-Marie and Claire were doing the slides, all the prep had been done, and I got to contemplate. And it's important we go out of here and we take some time to contemplate, because you've been given a lot of information. And I went walkabout, you know. I did. I went down around the stadium. I saw all the pictures, the football team. I went down to the Tesco's. I met the people. I had some great conversations. And it got me thinking of the highs and lows that we go through as people. And I was just looking at even Coventry City, the highs and lows they went through, win the FA Cup. They went all the way down to, I think, Division 2, I believe. And for whatever reason, it got me thinking. It really did. And it got me thinking of Claire and our journey. So I grabbed Lee Duffy, and I said, Duff, come on in here, take a photo. And he's going, what the hell's wrong with you? And I saw this, and it said, to go forward, you must go backwards. And I thought, wow, I'm getting all these signs of Coventry City Football Club for some reason. But isn't it amazing when we actually pause, stop, think, the signs, the guidance emerges, so it does. And then it got me thinking of Claire and our story, and how we tried so hard in Herbalife. It was never for lack of trying effort. It really wasn't. We're hard workers, but we just couldn't find our fit, so we couldn't. And we'd have DMOs, and we'd give it a go 100%. We'd get excited, and then it'd disappear. And then we were absolutely exhausted every year when it came to requalifying supervisors, and you'd lose some. And then we got to a stage where I'm not sure I can do this. So if anyone is ever feeling like that, or feels like that, it's okay. It's normal. Because the hardest walk is the walk you make alone. But it's the walk that makes you strong, confident, independent, and fearless. And once Claire and I sat down as a couple, and we looked at each other's in the eye as a couple, and we planned the type of Herbalife that we wanted to be, the type of leaders we wanted to grow into as a couple, and we got clarity through working with our mentors, through working with our friends, things started to settle and things started to happen. And while we went to Ireland and we saw vision, I remember Paul T here, he said, Dan, Claire, are you willing to work or get up at 6 o'clock for the next 5 years of your life so that you possibly would have the choice never to work again? And that struck with us, so it did. And then we talk about leadership. And I talk to Paul Tommelman every now and then. Paul, thank you for creating the 11 steps. Paul did that. Paul, where are you? Thank you, Paul. Now, me and Paul would get on a call every now and then, and Paul would be procrastinating about, they're not taking me serious, and I go to club, and you name it. And on our last call, I said, Paul, he said, Dan, hit me with the truth. I said, Paul, unless you have your own club, and you live and breathe a club, and you know what it's like getting up at 6 o'clock, going into club, opening that club, having to put your best face on if you're not in the mood to do that, having to deal with the rotas, having to deal with customers not showing up. Claire said we were out of control when we had 5. Unless you feel that, and unless you start bringing people through the pathway and you start bringing people through the training structure, you won't understand clubs. And we discussed it, and Paul digested it, and I said, what's your worst case scenario? He said, I'm scared. And I said, we were scared. It's me 2 boys. That's a nice photo of 2 kids in the club. That's me taking a picture of my 2 children going, this has got to work. Because if it doesn't work, I don't know what I'm going to do. And Paul, I'm proud of you for taking that leap. I really am. And we'll catch up, okay? And everything's going to be all right. I guarantee you that, okay? I'll just take this Coventry City scarf off because I support Liverpool and I could get killed when I go home. So, I just thought, you give back. I never knew you supported Coventry. You're fine. I'm only joking. Great team. So, do you know what? As Louis said, we had to put the foot in front of the other one, yeah? And we got these amazing people. We kind of knew what we were doing, but we didn't know what we were doing. But the one thing we were hardworking, so consistent. I knew every dog in that park. I knew every person who came past at a certain time. I just showed up, and I hated having to do it. I used to put my rucksack on, I'd bring my banner down, and I'd stand in the park by the cafe, because if I needed a wee, I could go to the cafe. And I stood there as I think it was a 40-something-year-old man at the time thinking, how the hell have I ended up here? I did. But I kept going. I kept showing up because I knew I had to do something for us as a family to fill our nutrition club, to work hard, and to provide the future that we wanted. And I just want to say a huge thanks to Katie, Grace, Gav. You know what? We were the king of Facebook Marketplace. Those chairs are still in the club. Claire's trying to get rid of them. In the back of my Range Rover, which I had to give back at the time because I couldn't afford it. And things started to happen. And what started to happen was the clicker wouldn't work. I'm only joking. You're fine. And what started to happen was we got clear. And we got so clear on who we are. You know the way people say they bleed green? We bleed clubs, that we know who we are. So when I'm talking to people and they're going on about maybe what they're going to do, I'm analyzing this blueprint in my head and I'm thinking, are they sticking to the plan? Are they doing what I'm telling them to do? And then what happened through trial and error, the pathway emerged. And the pathway emerged out of necessity because we had to close our clubs. And we then had to figure out a way of keeping people around the fire, and we had to figure out a way of just evolving them, bringing them into the marketing plan, keeping that connection. And what started to happen was we started to grow as leaders. And people started to come through the pathway. But the only way we could learn, the the only way we could master our skills was by taking action, because action cures everything. Remember, I didn't want to be in that park. I didn't want to do that. But at least I was doing something. And what happened then was, the training structure emerged. And then we had the Nutrition Club career ladder. That automatically emerged. And we're getting better. So we're coming up to nearly 5 years. And this is what's evolved over the last 4 or 5 years. But I want you to take a picture of that slide. And the reason I say that, there is so many distractions, noise. There is so much going on in the world, in the Herbalife world. We've got to stay in lane. And we are so strong with that. I mean strong. I know what's going on out there. I know what's going on internally. I am going to protect my business no matter what. I am going to protect the golden goose for what Clair and I have created for as long as we can. And I'm telling you now, this is why. We're all ambitious. We've all got dreams. We're all very excitable at times, okay? But you guys, our existing organization, you've got an opportunity to regroup when you come to these meetings. For anyone in the room who's maybe new or listening in from around the world, you've got an opportunity to build a sustainable Herbalife business with growth. And you've got an opportunity to build a business that's not going to go up and go down and go up and go down and give you sleepless nights. Because I had that for years, okay? Now, if we don't get this right, this won't happen. I was overwhelmed when I came in here Friday. It's emotional, sorry. It just hit me. For the first time it hit me that maybe me and Foxy, my wife, my beautiful wife, I love you, had created something maybe special, something, I don't know. We're humble people. I don't say that to blow smoke up my bum or anything. But, and talking to Radhika, thank you for the gracious words. It's so appreciated. With success, it just stopped me on Friday because everything looked bigger, the building, everything. And then when I heard there's people listening from around the world, it struck me. With success comes responsibility. Now, I can give you all the tools in our book, guys. But I can't guarantee you success. That will come from within. And I've been talking to people over the weekend, and they're asking me questions, and maybe they're in clubs, or they want to change, or they're going to try. So I can't answer that for you. That's got to come from within. Okay? Because we got a beautiful message. Thank you, Vi, for that. That message from, I don't know, where are they from? I think over by the Maldives or something, is it? And I think they may be listening in. Thank you so much for that beautiful message, because two people I've never met in my life who didn't want to come to me club, who got the material, who probably sat down as a couple and made a plan, probably getting it all wrong half the time, but maybe getting better because they're listening in, said thank you. They said thank you, Dan, because For years we struggled to get to 2.5, and now we're up to 7.5. And I went, wow, that is so, so special. And then all these amazing Nutrition Club speakers you saw on stage, we asked them to send in, pictures of their clubs. And that was the second thing that hit me. Because if we don't get this right, this isn't going to happen. And it's happening. And if we don't get this right and follow the plan and follow that pathway and ask yourself, what would Clair and Dan do? We won't get it right. And all these beautiful, hard-working people who are going out into the world, doing their best, like Clair and I, as a mum and dad, we will let them down. So, guys, I need you to stop. I need you to think. And I need you to realize that for years, Clair and I didn't have a plan. We didn't. And for years, we had big dreams. And I'm just going to leave you with this, because this is my message to you. You have the blueprint, you have the pathway, you have the structure, and you have the career ladder. You have big dreams. But you know what you got now? You've got a plan. You've got a plan. You have. So from Clair and I, from our beautiful organization, our gift to you is the plan. Now go and make Radhika, Stefan Graziani, Michael O'Johnson, go out and make this company so solid, so sustainable, so positive, because I've never had so much fun than I had this weekend. And from the bottom of my heart, to all my new friends, my old friends, and the more to come, thank you, thank you, thank you.